Okay, so we have Miss Tara Strong, Twilight Sparkle.
Hi.
We have Meghan McCarthy, our illustrious show writer.
Yes.
Tabitha St. Germain, who voices Rarity. Andrea Libman, who is Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy. And Miss Cathy Weseluck, who is Spark. Okay, who wants first question?
Hi, Francis Sky from Flashlight Media. I've always liked that Hasbro kind of rehashes or reboots like with G.I. Joe or Transformers, things like that. What do you think about what is it about My Little Pony that's endured, that's had the biggest following out of all of them?
I think it's the new version that's why it's had such a big following, and I think Lauren Faust's vision of where it should go and having that entertain all ages and all sorts of people literally all over the world, and this amazing cast and the amazing writers, and the show is visually so beautiful that I think it's sort of her vision and then everyone putting their own creativity into it that's made it such a successful franchise from the original.
Yeah. I think it's just the excellence of the show again. I think it's the writing and the combination of the input from production people and the actors, and the morals of the stories are very heartfelt, and it leaves you feeling good and full, and I think that's affected people on different levels, and something we can't really explain, but it's happening, and it's created a community, and I think that's fantastic.
In addition to all the young ladies and young girls that were into the show when it started in the 80s and with the movie series, there are a lot of guys who are into the show. So, what is your take on the fact that there are these bronies who will profess their love for this show as well?
We love the bronies. They're the best fan base ever. They're so hilarious and supportive and creative and giving. They give so much to charity, and they're always there for us whenever we're putting silly stuff on Twitter or if we're raising money for charity. And any panel I've done or anything I've done, they're the most supportive and loveliest fan base, and we love them. I'm sure you have something to say about them too, but they're fantastic.
They have rollickingly healthy inner children. I don't think in years past men would really have been able to express in the same way because they lived in a much more severe sort of projection, you know. And now I just love that there are so many people that are in tune with their creativity, and these guys make films and videos and music and stories, and they've created a lot of astonishing art, and they've created whole worlds, and I just think they're awesome.
Yeah, I think the design and the music and everything about the show really inspires people to do their own thing and to take it to their own places. So I think that's part of why there is this embracing it. It has a really rich, deep mythology that I think appeals to sort of a male fan base and some other types of shows, and we have it here as well, and so they can kind of run with that.
I think it's quality all around, and I think that the storylines are fantastic, and I think the boys can relate as well as the girls nowadays, a sense of empowerment for the girls, but I think they can relate to these storylines and it not really be a gender thing. I think it's really something that connects to all people, and again, it's a kudos to the show and the excellence of it. It's attracting an audience that is so broad that we've never seen this before, so that's including the bronies.
This is a question specifically for Tabitha, but then the rest of you would like to answer. Rarity has such a great combination of vocal qualities, from Connecticut upper crust posh to a British grand dame. What were some of the influences for yourself and for the other actresses in developing the voices for your characters?
Well, when I auditioned, I think that the reference that they gave was Audrey Hepburn, and because there's something so generous and in spite of the fact that her voice sounds really quite posh, she always extended herself a lot to other people. And that's the quality that they were looking for, not necessarily specifically Audrey Hepburn. And I grew up in a country called Swaziland, and a lot of people had English as a second language, but they spoke with real clarity and enunciated everything because they were always perfecting the sound. And I just liked that sound. And then the element of Connecticut, the Connecticut kind of hoity-toityness, it's just fun. I mean, and it's always fun as well when a character is a bit full of themselves or a bit pretentious. it's just a foil because there's so much ego involved in it. You can only go down, right? So it's great to kind of play with those opposites of I'm everything and I'm nothing. I'm everything and I'm nothing, which is an actor's entire life.
So with the show's appeal to both male and female audience, do you feel the show has helped break down any gender stereotypes?
Definitely.
Absolutely. 150%. It's unified everyone and to a different level, past gender, but more just to human beings and to again heart and quality and conscience and morals. And I think we're losing sight of that in the society a little bit today, or it still exists. It's just not so close to the surface as it used to be. And I think My Little Pony offers that on all the levels. So you can't help but enjoy it and love it.
I also think people really connect to the specific character traits because the characters are so well defined, so well developed, and it doesn't matter what your gender is, you can connect with being shy or being a leader, being smart, and I think that's why people find it so inclusive.
I would like to know what would be another cartoon and or series you guys would love to see a crossover with?
White show.
No, another show.
Oh, another show.
Oh, that's curious. Not Family Guy. That'd be weird.
Well, Transformer ponies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. My Little Mad Men.
Gosh, you jumped that. Way to go.
Yeah. That's a good question.
We've seen instances of Twilight being amazed that Rarity can make s'mores, and then on the other hand, see the girls save the world from destruction on more than one occasion. How do you think it is that the show's been successful at sort of having these big epic stories and then also doing kind of like small personal stories and being equally successful at both?
It's a miracle, really.
I think it goes down to what Andrew was saying about how well fleshed out the characters are, so that they can go into any scenario and you'll still buy it and you'll still want to have fun and partake in it. When there's a really good character, you want to see them in their home eating dinner with their family, and then you want to see them being a crazy FBI person somewhere. Like wherever you put us, it's something that you'll enjoy seeing because the characters are so well fleshed out.
Yeah, you want to be able to, in any show, do an episode where it's the equivalent of the characters are trapped in an elevator and there's still a story to be told, and it's specific to those characters that are in that situation. So I think that's right. You can put them in these epic, big fantasy sort of things, but then because they do have these great interpersonal connections, you can put them in the small stories, and those work just as well.
And I think so much can be said about Lauren Faust and having the vision, because having spoken with her, she talked about the crossover of what she wanted to achieve in general. And I won't speak for her directly, but only to say that she felt that really she wanted to sort of demonstrate where women are now and where we're headed, and include that with everyone to see that it is, again, not a gender-based thing, but it's just morals and values and everything that we can relate to the entire world pretty much, and have adventure and still contain sentiment, and have that crossover seamlessly with the writers, and then the performers executing that. So it's an amazing combination of elements that have come together in a really positive, critical mass.
Kate from Kia, and we have a giant My Little Pony cookie, and we really wanted to know if you had the chance to voice another pony for an episode, which one would you pick?
Do you mean in amongst the cast that exists already?
Yeah, and any pony or
That would be difficult. That would be difficult because
we just want to have the opportunity to do more ponies and dragons, and come from the forest and live in Ponyville and make everybody happier and provide more flesh.
She's crazy.
The beast from the forest. Sometimes she comes out once in a while. That was scary.
Don't get us going.
No.
Speaking of the songs, what was the decision to include the live musical numbers, and do we all sing our own parts when we do this?
I imagine that it was always Lauren's intent to have music be a big part of the show. I think that was always something that she knew she wanted to do, and it's obviously become an even bigger part of the show as the series has continued.
I don't do singing for Twi, although I'd love to. The big obstacle for me is I'm not in Vancouver with the other girls, and so much of that needs to be collaborative and be with the musicians and the composer, and unfortunately that's one thing I don't get to do because I'm not there. I think everyone else.
I don't sing Rarity. It's Kazumi Evans who sings Rarity, and she's awesome. And I don't know. I do sing, but I don't sing like Kazumi. And I'm really glad that she's on the show. I can't wait for everyone to meet her. Yeah.